So again, welcome back to me, welcome back to Thailand. Jubilee Thai here from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. It is one Atit here in Thailand, which is Sunday. Lovely, sunny, beautiful, sunny day here in Thailand. See the blue skies, sighing. Lovely, lovely. On the seventh win in the row. I find this so well in my head. On the seventh win of before Christmas, my true love Manchester City said to me, "We're going to win the league. We're going to win the league." Yeah, sorry. That sounded so good. Oh, you know when you make some songs up in your head, etc. You think, "Wait, that sounds so good." Anyway, so right. Yes, so for instance, I can sit here and be quite happy right now. For instance, the Citizens have won part one of the West Ham weekend. The men playing yesterday and the ladies playing today. One acted Sunday. And so for instance, against West Ham at the Chugwell Construction Stadium. Good one. Anyway, so looks like the ladies have got just as good as the past results against West Ham as City, but they're playing the League Cup, what's it called, quarterfinals, and I wish them well. I'll be watching that game later on. Anyway, so what's it called, back, we're going to talk about the boys, and another 3-0 win, another win without conceding a goal, and again, for instance, I've got to come back to the mainstream. I really do. I really got to do. Honestly, seriously, I just don't get it. I'm sick and tired of it. They say they don't have a brain cell in their brains. They really do, or whatever. And they pour out the same narrative. All. Okay, let me tell you something. Right? Did you know? I bet you did not know this. Manchester City, Matthias Nunes, and Nicholas O'Reilly were originally midfielders. I bet you didn't know that. And they're playing in left and right back. Oh, I bet you didn't know that. Honestly, how many times are they going to mention it? I was listening to the publication. I was listening to it yesterday. For instance, on American TV. For instance, they mentioned it twice in one match. Nicholas O'Reilly and Matthias Nunes used that, but are not actually destined fullbacks. They actually left backs and right backs. They're actually midfielders. Oh! I just can't believe it. What unbelievable. And the next one, Man City is not as good as they were a couple of seasons ago. Oh, before that, absolutely. Oh yeah, it's just honestly, it's bringing in the same old crap. The one what they keep peddling out at the moment. I was watching that game against Fulham. I think every mainstream Southern-based bias, hate Man City media must have watching that Sunderland game. The Fulham game. And Man City, or whatever, against Fulham. What's it called? Josko Guardiola had to get that ball off the line. What's it called? They were 5-0 up, and then they were 4-5 down. Considering we played. After that game, etc., we've conceded. We've scored 11 goals, conceded 1, and that was in the Bernabeu. I just don't believe it. I really don't believe it. Talk part yesterday. Man City on a 4-match unbeaten run in the Premier League. No, we're in a 5-match unbeaten run in the Premier League. So, for instance, but it's just everything. If I was Man City, I would drop points. I think they're going to drop points because of their fragile defence. Oh, because they're Erlin Haaland FC. Because if Erlin Haaland doesn't score, they're not going to score. Likes to see Stevie Nicol on ESPN saying we have to drop that narrative now. Yay! So, for instance, and it's just, honestly, the mainstream media, I listened to talk crap yesterday, the goals things are all full of bitters, all full of, the leader is a rag, and you've got an Arsenal fan, a Chelsea fan, and whatever. Never a Man City fan, never. Oh, no, you can't have that. No, you've always got somebody, you can't have a Man City fan on that panel. It's always got to be a Southern-based, or you've got to be, and and honestly, and the guy was puking out the puke yesterday. Erlin, so he was saying the same thing as Gabriel Bonahol on Friday. Pep looks tired. He's scratching his face. He looks tired. He does not. Or Pep was going to take the England squad, England manager go. He was considering it. He wasn't. Who told this idiot? Honestly, half of them have got bung full of etc. Kids. And we wouldn't know, and my Christ, they wouldn't know nothing. But they're sat there claiming they're a pundit or something like that, and they know about film. I don't know where this Total Sport and Sky Sports get these kids from nowadays. I don't even know them. Man City, to give them credit, etc. They had a child on the preview show yesterday. That's that child, a young lad on the preview show. Did a bang up job. Did a really, really good job interviewing on the pitch, etc. and off the pitch. So I think it's a big up to him in his Christmas jumper. It was really nice. And for instance, and then you had but you have these kids, these Sky Sports and Slice Talk Crap, etc. seem to bring up these kids now. For instance, I've no idea who they are. They have a bit of bum fluff, the old beard and moustache, etc. Oh, they can't. They talk for crap. They really do. They really, really do. Pegging the same old anti-Manchester City. Can't give us a bit of credit. Always about and again and it's just. Oh Man City, and it's the same old crap. They're reading it from a script, and so stupid. It really is pathetic, and it's the reason why a lot of myself, etc., and a lot of people going to on the likes. I'd rather listen to the if you want to listen to Arsenal, I'd rather listen it to the 12th Man podcast, etc., rather than listen to that, etc. Because again. The guy Potsy on there, I'd rather listen to he's got to say. I'd rather listen to wanting to listen to Liverpool, the guy on for instance listen to proper Liverpool fans, etc., to talk about Liverpool rather than some not some pundit or I don't know what they get paid for. I really don't. I think it's like listen to politicians. It really is. It's really ridiculous. And to sit there and posting the same old crap again about Man City is just pathetic. It really is. And with that yesterday was second gear. Easy, but it was the quality of the play, the intermittent passes, the with Turkey doing the flicks, etc. Other players are now doing the flicks as well. For instance, the O'Reilly and his composure on the ball. The person who actually messed up yesterday was the referee. Because it was foul every 10 seconds. He was stopping the play. Every time a West Ham player went down, etc. Foul. Honestly, it was pathetic. Some fouls, generally fouls, but on overall, but he kind of missed the flow of the game. I thought the referee is supposed to let things go now a little bit. So we'll have a bit more flow. So, but apart from that, appears that West Ham gave Manchester City problems for 20 minutes in the second half, where they could have scored. Could have scored. Didn't score. Coulda, didn't. Coulda, didn't. This is another thing the mainstream two-tier bias media talk about. They could have scored. Man City could have conceded. We didn't. Fulham didn't score. Didn't make it 5-5. Okay? West Ham, they were better in the second half. Couldn't get any worse. Well, could. Was it go butt fingers? But they could have scored. Jerry Bond could have scored. Didn't. Coulda. Didn't. Coulda. You've heard that a lot. Yeah, but they had Premier League teams. I've said this on more than one occasion. Premier League teams are good football teams. Have got good footballing players, very good footballing players. Gain each team, regardless. Look at Crystal Palace with Gahey and the Wharton, etc. And you've got even West Ham. Bowen's a good player, etc. For instance, and they're always going to have an opportunity. The idea is, did they score? No. Coulda, didn't. Coulda, didn't. The difference is in points. This is the Premier League. This is not the Championship. Right? The difference reason why Championship teams fail in the Premier League is because they don't score enough goals. Right? They have a lot of huff and puff and a lot of chances and balls going over the tops and downside here, and they play well and never got it well. But did he win? Did he score? No. And that is the difference. And that's the reason why you have the likes of Erlin Haaland, who scores all the time. For instance, so it's not coulda scored. We could have scored. Did you? No. That is the difference. That is the difference between a league team to a Premier League team to a league team. Could they get the ball over the back of the net? Okay, that is the difference. So, for instance, all this crap, I'd say, well, West Ham had 20 minutes where they could have scored. Did they? No. Stupid. Anyway, so let's pop onto the game. Erlin Haaland scored twice to help Man City claim an important 3-0 victory win over the wasteful West Ham. See, wasteful. Okay, outfit at the Etihad. When they say wasteful there, for instance, this is Sports Mall. You know, they're actually saying that. What's it called? That waste. They could have averted their chances. They would have made a difference. The Premier League top scorers needed just 5 minutes to open the scoring up against with close range finish on a bitterly cold Manchester afternoon. Bitterly cold. Bitterly cold. Bitterly cold. I thought it was a nice looking day. Okay, was it raining? Surprisingly, they didn't mention the rain. Okay, there we go. Another slag off Manchester there. It's the winter. It's 5 days before pissing Christmas. What do you expect it to be? Thailand weather? Bitterly cold Manchester afternoon. Oh, was this reported bitterly cold or something? Because his gloves, so he's going to blame it on Manchester. Put in the City 1-0 up. Citizens 1-0 up on 10 minutes on time. 10 minutes for the 10th time on the top flight this season. West Ham regrouped, yeah, did they? Well, and City dynamism and fluidity dissipated midway through the first half. Yeah, right. But the hosts soon regained control of the proceedings and doubled their advantage when Tiana Reinders smashed a shot against the roof of the net shortly before the break. Oh, okay. Well, it's nice to see that we came back after West Ham regrouped. They didn't. Oh yeah, they got out the half. Okay, guys. The Hammers made a strong start, yay, to the second half with Donnarumma and denying Somerville and Freddie Potts with a double save, having previously not made a single stop in the first 45 minutes before birthday boy Jaron Cohen came close to with 2 low shots. Happy birthday, Joe. One on either side of the nettings and rolled across the face of goal. Okay. However, West Ham were made to rule them missed opportunities as Haaland scored his second and 19th league goal of the season, and City's third, courtesy of the fortunate recall and defensive mix-up in the penalty area. Man City eventually got the job done and a victory in their final home game of 2025 to see them climb to the top of the table. Yay! For the first time since the opening weekend of the season in August. No, we were on top of the table previously. Yeah, it was a good team just for a few hours. However, tackle rivals Arsenal will make a swift return. Don't have to worry, they're going to make a swift return. Don't have to worry, Southerners, don't have to worry. To return to the summer and move 2 points clear if they beat Everton, to which they did. 1-0 penalty. We missed it. Woohoo! As West Ham defeated represent their 10th in the Premier League this season and guaranteed their place in the relegation zone at Christmas, sitting 18th, 3 points off safety. Right, their verdict after making 7 changes on the side to beat Brentford, the 2-0 in the quarterfinals to reach the quarterfinals of the League Cup. Pep Guardiola reverted to the same side that beat Crystal Palace 3-0 in the Premier League last weekend, turning into a familiar first team stars who have enjoyed a strong run in his recent form. While City performed against West Ham, was far from perfect. It was far from perfect. It really wasn't far from perfect. Winning 3-0. Clean sheet. Far from perfect. Guardiola will be pleased with what he's seen as his team extending a winning run in all competitions to 7 matches. Way! They got it right. Keeping the clean sheets in 4 out of 4 of those. Okay, let me have a look. Okay. In fact, the Citizens have now won 11 of their last 13, lost 2 in the tournament, while they have concluded 2025 with 10 home victories in their last 11 at the Etihad. A 2-0 Champions League loss to Bayern. Luton will represent the only blot and their copper. Okay, the positive moments for City is that they have they're crucially in their quest to challenge Arse on the Premier League title, and although Guardiola was unable to call upon his first team players upon 7 first-team players as they're due to injuries or international commitments. You still have plethora of talent at his disposal, and have found their way out to grind an important victory and will be the key heading to the busy fixture schedule. As for West Ham, they'll be ruling their missed opportunities. If you would have only scored, if coulda, woulda, keep coulda, if it could have been so much different. West Ham are now guaranteed to be in a relegation spot. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, right. This was a lovely stat. Erlin Haaland now scored more Premier League goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. Erlin has now scored the same amount of Premier League goals as Cristiano Ronaldo, 103. Okay, Norwegian has, the Norwegian has played 122 fewer Premier League games though. I like that stat. So for instance, what's it called? So 66% of possession, 19 shots, 8 for West Ham. Shots on target, 8 Man City, 3 for West Ham. Corner 6 Man City, 3-0 West Ham. Fouls 16-11. Again, referee. Was it that kind of game? You know, what's it called? Nico Gonzalez got a booking, for instance. It just, but the referee was a bit too with his. We're talking. It wasn't that kind of game. It really wasn't. So, honestly, it's good when you listen to the media, for instance, and listen to not giving City any credit whatsoever. For instance, so the players are playing very, very well for me as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, they seem to have the bit between the teeth. They're playing very well. Again, we didn't need to do what we consider. We played 3 games ago, and people are going to say, well, you made changes, but the fact that Phil Foden came on, for instance, maybe he wasn't as effective best on my player ratings. I will talk more about the player ratings tomorrow, but I'll put them on my thumbnail. The player ratings what's it called? The players, and also it's nice to see Gonzalez come back. Nunes going into the role of Gonzalez in the midfield. That was something interesting. I kind of looked at when Pep doing that, but we still we are lacking. We are lacking players. Savino came on playing well. Lewis should have crossed to Erlin Haaland to give Erlin Haaland his hat trick. But he's trying. You can see he's trying to get make the most of his minutes. That's the problem. Kuznetsov didn't do much when he came on, etc. But Savino, given his due, for instance, played well when he came on, etc. And started taking on his man, and that is what we want him to see. We want him to do, for instance. And so he's been watching docu videos by the looks of it. So let's go and have a listen to part of the press conference, or look at the press conference. Pesco was asked about what he was talking about. I thought it was quite funny. What we were talking about with Josko Gvardio after the game on the pitch. Again, Pep looks tired. Pep looks dethroned. Pep looks out. He's on the pitch just coaching the players after the game's finished. He's going on to. Pep says, "We weren't good enough. We could be better. Could be better. Could be better. Could be better." Just as Andre in the Man City ladies team coach says exactly the same thing. It really is so spooky when these two guys talk. But I said on his post-match chats, we spoke about how's Croatia, how's your holiday. I'm going to see my father. He's 94 years old. I'm going to mind your own business. Basically, you're just basically coaching him, telling him how to get better. Josko Gvardio, looking forward to Christmas a lot, spend some time with my family to forget about football for 4 days at least, and then on the 25th of December we'll come back fresh as possible, ready for the challenge. Got a few days off now, so what's it called, 7 days off, 7, 8 days off before the next game, so wonderful. Give the guys nice to be able to spend off time with their families. City main, they're okay. Pep Guardiola, there are players that can play everywhere, but there are also a few players that can play in the play, like Bernardo, because he was asked about Bernardo about his how he played, and he said Bernardo didn't play well. He did play 3 days ago, for instance, he's at Pep Pep's expectations is high. So, for instance, if his most played player, most played pick player, and drop off a bit, what's the goal? He wants to give him a bit of a come on. Pep got it on whether he's seen signs that Man City can win the title. Yeah, we'll be there. If they follow me, we'll be there. We have ways to improve though. Oh my God, yeah, no, it's been obviously a lot. Yeah, but other than that, no, can't complain. Absolutely fantastic 3-0 win. Keeps us second, unfortunately, because of Arsenal's lucky penalty. Yeah, so for instance, I can't complain over the as we approach Christmas. I'll be putting me through watching the ladies later on, so that should be good. Hopefully get through to the semi-finals. Then we'll have the two cities in the semi-finals of both League Cups, which would be great. And nice to see Etienne Reinders score as well. He's getting back he's got a lot of criticism. Nice to see him back. I can't complain. I really am. I can't. And again, it wasn't perfect. But no Premier League game is. And but from what I saw, etc., it was comfortable. I predicted a 3-0 victory. For instance, we got the job done. For instance, another clean sheet. One thing that was impressed me when West Ham did have those shots when Donnarumma were out, I thought I could see the entire the back line, etc. Everybody putting in their hand, making certain that ball does not go in the back of that net. And people are really going. There's a real collective on making sure the ball we keep a clean sheet. And it really is, and Donner's doing his best, etc. And Guardiola and Diaz are playing really, really well. So, anyway, as the motorbikes rev up, and you're not going to be able to hear me, I'm going to bid you good day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Like, subscribe, tell me what you're thinking. If I don't speak to you before, have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll Blue Christmas, and I'll speak to you tomorrow, and we'll talk about the player ratings and what else has been said.